G'day friends, my name is Franny. Welcome to Considered Body. This is a full body express strength workout. You're going to need a mat to stand on and you have options with your weights today. You might keep it lighter or mid-range. For that you'll need a set of dumbbells. I'm working with my 4 kilos. And then for our last superset, you have the option to have a set or a single heavier weight. I've got my 12 kilo kettlebell. We've got 3 movement pairings that we're going to alternate through 2 times each. Listen to your body, work hard, have fun. Now let's do this. Meet me lying down on your back. Have one of your light to mid-range dumbbells close by. We're going to use it almost instantly. So start lying on your back. The back of your skull is heavy, your shoulder blades are anchored and wide, and your pelvis, it's level. Maybe you rock it from side to side just to find that equilibrium. Bend your knees and walk your feet in towards your sitting bones. Grab that single weight and in both hands hold it in front of your chest. And we're just going to pass this weight from side to side. So bring your weight into your right hand as you open your arms wide to a T. Notice the shift in weight. Press evenly through both feet and through your entire back body. And then feel a squeeze of your chest as you bring your weight back through center and then switch it into your left hand. Taking it to the opposite side, both arms open, weight passes to the left. Press evenly through your entire back body as you bring your weight back through center, squeezing your chest. And just keep on alternating from side to side here. Now, this may not look like much from the outside, but there is so much going on through your trunk and in the muscles around your spine. Think of your entire core to stabilize your body here. If you'd like to add that little bit more challenge, you've got that option to float your knees to tabletop. But if you've taken your knees to tabletop, I don't want your form or your control to be compromised. So no rocking from side to side. Keep the distribution of weight even through your shoulders, your hips, your entire back line. Breathing steady and slow with as much control as your movement. We're going to just take one more from side to side. And then we're going to find a glute bridge. Firing up our backside, our sitting muscles. Bring your weight back through center. Lower it down onto your hips. If your legs are in tabletop, return them to that starting position. Feet just wider than your hips and parallel. Take a breath in at the bottom, and then as you exhale, press down through your heels, through all 10 toes, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up, keep the backs of your ribs heavy. Lower your hips down, and then push into the floor, squeeze and lift, keep it going. Now, think about keeping your glutes squeezed this entire time. It's not just on the lift, but on the lower as well. Think about pressing your knees forward towards your second and third toe, getting a little bit of stretch through the belly of your quad as well. Shorten the space between your pubic bone and your navel. Keep your low belly firm. Your spine doesn't change position as you move through this range of motion. Belly's braced, shoulder blades anchored, chin is off your chest. We'll just take one more. And then you have the option to keep your hips lifted or to set them back down onto the ground. Sandwich your weight in between your hands and then reach it in front of your chest. We've got a floor pull here. Do not let your rib cage lift as you start to extend your arms slowly overhead, squeezing your butt, pubic bone towards your navel, and then pull your weight back to the starting position by squeezing beneath your armpits. So here we're strengthening our lats and our serratus anterior, the muscles that run around our ribs and down our back. Slow and steady inhale and exhale. I like to breathe in as my arms extend. And then exhale, feeling the contraction beneath my armpits. Now, if your hips are lifted, your pelvis isn't moving, it's not dropping, it's not bouncing with the motion of your arms. You're keeping everything from your armpits down nice and steady. We're going to repeat our glute bridge once again after this final rep. Bring your weight back down to your hips, find a comfortable position, and then just start to move through your large range of motion. Whether you were starting at the bottom or the top of the movement, it doesn't matter. Keeping in mind that your spine, it's got that natural S curvature through your lumbar region, your low back. And that curve doesn't exaggerate at any point during the movement. Glutes are staying squeezed the entire time. Notice the difference when they do not turn off. Getting some good sensation, especially through your glute max, your biggest glute muscle. Think that nice juicy part of the peach. Moving with your breath, press your knees wide as you lift and as you lower. And we're heading into our final round of our floor pull. Option to keep your hips lifted or to set your sacrum back down nice and steady, even on the ground. Inhale as you start to extend your arms up. It may not come all the way overhead, that's okay. Find the range of motion that helps you best connect to your core. And then use your exhale breath to bring your arms into their starting position, stacked over your shoulders and reaching towards the ceiling. As much control as you can as you lower. Don't just let the weight fall. Maybe you slowly count to 4 in your head in either direction. We get careless when we rush. This isn't a race. Building strength takes time and concentration. Just take one more. Nice job. Wherever you're at, lower your hips down to the ground and then carefully set your weight down. Roll onto one side and then come all the way up to standing at the top edge of your mat. We're heading into our second superset. We have a reverse fly into some external rotation through our shoulders. This is prepping us for our final superset. So, reverse fly, feet parallel, soft bend in your knees, pull your hips back, hinge your spine forward, and then extend your arms just below your chest. Like you're a bird about to take flight. Squeeze in between your shoulder blades, open your arms out wide without lifting your shoulders towards your ears. And then with control, lower your weights back down to the starting position. Keep it going. Open wide, pause at the top, anchor your shoulder blades, broaden your collarbones, and then slowly lower with control. Noticing what's working here. We're strengthening the muscles in between our shoulder blades, our lower traps, our rhomboids, our pulling muscles. These are also postural muscles. When these muscles are strong, our spine can be in a more optimal position, especially as we go about our life. So often we're sitting rounded over keyboards or steering wheels. Keep pulling your shoulder blades down your back, keeping your collarbones open and wide, proud across your chest. Take one more, you got this. And then lower with control. Lunge your right leg back. Right knee down to the ground, left knee stacks over your ankle, and then float both arms to cactus. Elbow in line with your shoulder, wrist stacked over your elbow. With control, start to rotate your arms so your forearms come parallel to the ground, no lower. And then with control, bring them back to stack in starting position. With control, lower to parallel. Notice what's happening in your core. Push through your front foot. Keep your rib cage anchored, bracing through your abdominal wall. No, you can take a break at any point, and I strongly encourage you to do so, especially if you feel something starting to compromise or any negative discomfort. Feeling your shoulders, your smaller external rotation muscles, which are really going to support us as we head into our push-up in our final round. Take one more. We're going to come back to standing for our reverse fly, second round. Bring your weights down by your side, standing on both feet, hinge from your hips, soft bend in your knees, firm through your low belly, arms beneath your chest. With control, squeeze in between your shoulder blades, spread your wings to fly. And then with control, lower back down, keeping the back of your neck long, like someone had pieces of strings and they were tugging on the tips of your ears, getting that little bit longer and stronger through the crown of your head. Adding that little bit more challenge as you pause at the top of the movement, really feeling the load, the weight in your hands at your extremities. We have 10 more seconds, and then we're going to take our external rotation on the other side. This is prepping us for our push-ups and our squats in our last round. This is your last one. Okay, this time, left leg, lunge it back all the way down to the ground. Right knee is forward, back toes are untucked, arms to cactus, shoulder blades anchored, collarbones wide. Start to find your rotation. Forearms come to parallel, no lower. And then big squeeze, bring them back to stack in starting position. Rotate, little pause at the bottom, feel the load, and then big squeeze to lift back up. Anchoring your shoulder blades, back of your neck is long. Low belly is firm. Think about what it means to be strong. Being strong is so much more than just your physical body. It's an emotional, mental, and energetic state as well. Keep it going. You have 15 more seconds here. To me, strong feels calm and assertive. It's quietly confident. Maybe you consider what this means to you and how you can embody it in this moment. Take one more. Nice job. Lift on up. Come to standing. Set both weights down. Give your shoulders a little shrug. We're heading into our first round of push-ups. Bring your hands to the ground, slightly wider than your shoulders. Step your feet back. Find your high plank position and hold. Quads are on, glutes are squeezed. Shorten the space between pubic bone and navel. And imagine you're trying to pop a balloon under each of your armpits. Slowly start to bend your elbows, fan them 45 degrees away from your body. Lower your chest down to the ground. And then big push into the floor, like you're trying to defend yourself and push someone away. Rise back up to the top. Now you can always drop down to your knees, or you can hold your plank. Rather than dropping down to your knees, you can also take this to a higher surface. We're strengthening through our core and through our chest. This is so much more than just your arms at work. Now again, it's not about how many you do. Our focus is quality over quantity. When you've completed the amount of repetitions that you've got in your wheelhouse for this round, you can hold your plank or rest. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Step both feet forward. Grab your heavier weight or your dumbbells again, whatever you've got. Find an athletic squat stance, slightly wider than your hips, slightly externally rotated. As you inhale, bend your knees. Keep your chest lifted. As you squat down, finding a little pause at the bottom. Push through your heels, squeeze your butt as you lift without thrusting your hips at the top. Keep on going. It's a pause squat. Knees press wide like you're trying to break a resistance band in half. Pause and then lift. Now in that pause at the bottom, I want you to think of a photo finish. Your thighs, they're about parallel to the ground, no lower, no higher, and then big push, drive and lift. Keeping your chest as upright as you can. Only drop your butt as far back as you can stay lifted. No compromise through your lumbar spine. Really firming through your abdomen. bracing again like you were defending yourself, protecting yourself from a punch or a push. We have 10 more seconds. One more round of push-ups to go after this. I want you to set a goal, think about how many repetitions you want to complete, and then we're gonna go for that. This is your last rep. Little pause, and then squeeze to lift. All right, set your heavy weight down, shake out your shoulders just for a beat, and then set your hands down onto the ground, step your feet back, find your high plank and hold. Heavy through the heels of your hands, grip the ground with all 10 fingers, shift your shoulders a fraction further over your wrist creases, bend your elbows, lower yourself down, and then big push into the floor, press it away. Maintaining that long straight line from the crown of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet, not letting your spine compromise, not letting your core go. We're not doing the worm, but rather we're holding a plank the entire time. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come to standing. We're done with push-ups. Last round of your squat. Bring your weight in front of your chest, or maybe you rack your weights on your shoulders. You choose wherever it is, keep it close to the body, close to your center line. Find your athletic stance. Press your knees wide as you lower down. Little pause at the bottom, find that photo finish. Long neutral spine, and then big squeeze, drive to lift. Inhale as you lower. Suspend your breath at the bottom, or maybe you take a quick reset, and then exhale, push to rise. You're almost there. Feel the load in your quads, the length through your glutes as you lower, and then that big contraction as you come to the top. Coming back again to what it means to be strong and how you can embody that in this moment. Take one more. Hold at the bottom, and then push to lift. Nice work. Safely set your weight down with bent knees and a flat back, and then just find a wide parallel stance lengthways on your mat. Inhale your arms up high, and then exhale, sweep them behind you, crossing or interlacing, finding a bind to open up across your chest. Maybe a little rotation through your thoracic spine as you do so. And you can stay upright if that feels good, or maybe you start to hinge at your hips. Fold down, losing or keeping the bind, whatever you need. And then releasing the bind if you had it, bring your hands down to the ground, and then pivot towards the back edge of your mat, finding a runner's lunge with a simple twist. Left hand is your base, right arm circle sweeps up and around. Keep your pelvis buoyant, pull your right hip crease back. Press your back heel away. Get a little bit more expansive across your wingspan. And then start to unwind, and then just crawl walk, pivoting to the front edge of your mat, finding your runner's lunge once again. Right hand is your base, left arm circle sweeps up and around, finding your simple twist, wringing out through your thoracic spine, pelvis stays square towards the ground, nice and buoyant, pushing through your front and back feet. One more breath in, and then as you breathe out, coming back through center, and then just find that wide lateral lunge towards the top edge of your mat. Hands can stay on the ground, or maybe they come to heart or hips, and just start to move from side to side, getting a good stretch in this Cossack or lateral lunge, Skandasana style movement. Mobilizing and releasing before you head back out into your day. When you're ready, start to press yourself all the way up, heel toe your feet back in, and then just find a strong, calm, and assertive neutral stance. Give your shoulders a little shrug, and we'll seal our workout with one last breath together. Big inhale, arms up, palms meet, and then exhale, hands to heart, bowing into that space, taking a moment to acknowledge your incredible body, the incredible work that you've put in to nurturing it, and how you can carry that intention how you can embody the intention of strength as you go about your life moving through the world. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a good day.